Well, for Akira, it's worse. Infinity Game, his jam for 15 years, is toast. But then, things get crazy. Boom! Akira gets pulled into the game world, not as himself, but as his ultra-powerful character, the demon lord Hakuto Kunai. He bumps into a scared girl named Aku, who's barely dodged a nasty demon. But wait, this demon barely tickles Kunai. He squashes it like a bug. Turns out, the game world went way off script. Holy Church and Angels? Not in the original. Looks like someone messed up the summoning ritual and brought Akira here instead. Aku's got her own issues. Orphaned and abused, she's basically outcast by her village. Rough life. Kunai finds the people who messed up the summoning. Dead. Looks like the demon he squashed got them first. He also finds a magical wish-granting idol, but there's a catch: no going home. Instead, the idol gives Kunai a cool ring. Seems this ring has a mind of its own, whispering revenge on those who wronged Aku. But Kunai's not a total monster. He sees the villagers abusing Aku and loses it. The ring fuels his anger, but Kunai chooses justice over rage. He lets the village know who's boss, the demon lord is here. And Aku, tired of the pain, decides to join forces with Kunai. Looks like this unlikely duo is about to shake things up in the capital. Buckle up for Masama, retry. Luna, one of the holy hotshots, is hunting for the rumored demon lord. Looks like someone wants a fight. Some lowlifes called the moles are planning to ambush her and get famous. Not cool, dudes. Meanwhile, our demon lord wannabe, Kunai, is on a mission of his own: find another magic doohickey like the one that brought him here, maybe it can send him home. The next day, the moles are all hyped to jump a fancy messenger, but guess who walks into their trap first? Yep, Kunai and Aku. Talk about bad timing. Kunai even has a weird deja vu moment. Turns out the bandit boss looks just like his old real-world boss. Hilarious, right? But the fun's interrupted by Luna, the holy warrior chick. She scares off the bandits with powerful magic, and Kunai learns the hard way that her magic can hurt him too. Luna's a bit of a brat, so Kunai teaches her some manners, demon lord style. Yep, a spanking and a little financial redistribution. In the city, Kunai uses Luna's stolen cash to get a room, seriously, who names places like this, and treats Aku to some new clothes and food. Look at him, spoiling his new partner. Over dinner, Aku wants to repay Kunai's kindness, such a sweet kid. But their bonding gets interrupted by a very angry Luna, demanding her money back. Seems the spanking wasn't enough of a lesson. But hey, threats of another spanking work wonders. Luna ends up joining them for dinner, and even has to share their room since it was her donation that paid for it. Talk about awkward. Meanwhile, trouble's brewing. Another holy maiden with an army is on her way. Looks like things are about to get more complicated for our demon lord in training. Looks like Luna's not the only holy maiden on the block. Turns out her big sis, the super serious killer queen, is here to drag her home. Sibling rivalry, much? Meanwhile, Luna and Queen are busy bickering like children while some creepy cultists are plotting their demise. Yikes. Kunai notices these cultists look familiar. Wait, aren't those the same robes as the people who messed up his summoning? Talk about bad luck. The cultists unleash some gross slime monster to weaken the maidens. Yuck. Kunai's evil ring whispers sweet nothings about killing the maidens, but he's not down with murder. Good on you, Kunai. But the ring takes control in BAM. Kunai transforms into someone totally different, Zero Kirisame, a character from his old game. Zero's a total badass and wipes the floor with the cultists. Like, seriously cool moves. But things get weird. Queen, the tough warrior chick, falls head over heels for Zero because he treats her like a lady. Guess chivalry isn't dead after all. Zero disappears, leaving a very embarrassed Kunai behind. Whoops, maybe creating a super flirty character wasn't the best idea, huh? Luna decides to stick with Kunai and Aku on their journey. Looks like this unlikely trio is sticking together. Meanwhile, some bounty hunters are looking for work. Oh hey, is that a picture of Kunai? Looks like our demon lord wannabe has a price on his head already. Looks like Luna's going undercover. Kunai disguises her as a schoolgirl to avoid unwanted attention. Meanwhile, some bounty hunters, a tough swordswoman and a surprisingly well-dressed mage, are having trouble with a pack of giant wolves. But then, who shows up to save the day? Our demon lord wannabe, Kunai. He makes quick work of those wolves and disappears before anyone can thank him. Talk about a mysterious hero. Back with his crew, Kunai realizes Aku's leg hasn't healed properly. Time to call in a specialist. Using his special powers, Kunai summons a doctor named Yu. This chick's a genius, but a bit dark. Like, really dark. But hey, desperate times, desperate measures. Yu fixes Aku's leg in a flash with her magic hand of God. Seems like even dark geniuses can be helpful sometimes. With her leg feeling great, Aku tells Kunai she thinks she loves him. But things get even more complicated. Yu, the doctor, starts developing feelings for Kunai too. Looks like this demon lord is a bit of a heartbreaker, even with his grumpy face. Remember those bounty hunters who got chased by giant wolves? Well, they saw who really took care of those beasts, our demon lord in disguise, Kunai. They're impressed, but hey, someone's gotta pay the bills. Meanwhile, some creepy cultists are up to no good. Turns out they heard about a demon lord and are planning a big sacrifice. Kunai and the gang head to Luna's hometown. Let's just say it's seen better days. Seems the Holy Church hasn't exactly been helpful while Luna was away. Kunai decides to give the village a makeover with a hospital and a hot spring. Everyone deserves a little pampering. He also gets rid of that useless church manager. Turns out the villagers are called bunnies, but the church treats them pretty badly. Not fair. Kunai helps them out by making water and fertilizer easily available. Now they can farm those crops with ease. Back with Luna's family, things are tense. Her sisters are debating how dangerous Kunai might be. Some want to fight, some want to wait and see. Looks like Kunai's got his work cut out for him, navigating all this political drama. And then there's Luna's other sister, still obsessed with that flirty fake, Zero. This demon lord's got his hands full with cultists, a struggling village, and some very dramatic family issues. Buckle up for Demon Lord, retry. In a local tavern, some high-level adventurers are having a heated debate. Is there a dragon warrior fighting for good? Who knows? Turns out, our bounty hunter buddies, Nikan and Yukikes, are catching wind of all this talk. Seems like things are about to get interesting. Meanwhile, Kunai throws a fancy feast to celebrate Aku's healed leg. Look at him, spoiling his little companion. They're even joined by some high society lady named Ebifry. Luna says she's a big deal, connected to everyone who's anyone. Kunai tries to win Ebifry over, hoping she'll help him improve Luna's village. This demon lord is all about making a good impression. Just as things are getting fancy, creepy cultists launch a surprise attack. Talk about bad timing. Don't worry, Kunai's got this. He tells the girls to stay put while he takes care of these whack jobs. And guess who gets caught in the crossfire? Yep, our bounty hunter duo. But fear not, Kunai's got their backs too. The cultists summon some monster, but it's no match for our demon lord. One powerful attack and boom. Problem solved. The people recognize Kunai from those wanted posters and start cheering. Looks like the demon lord is becoming a local hero, whether he likes it or not. See that creepy clown trying to sneak up on his friends? Yu, the slightly sadistic doctor, uses a magic trick to scare the clown away. Let's just say it involves some unexpected limb removal. Meanwhile, all over the city, other heroes are joining the fight. Luna's sisters are taking down undead, and even those bounty hunters we met earlier are lending a hand. Things are getting intense. The cultists get desperate and summon a super strong demon prince. This guy's a real bad dude, and he's tearing through everyone in his path. Even a mysterious flying girl with a mysterious green goo gets thrown into the mix. Talk about chaos. Just when things look hopeless, Kunai pulls a fast one. He transforms into Zero, that super flirty character from his game, and takes down the demon prince with ease. But the fight isn't over yet. The flying girl gets mortally wounded, but Zero brings her back to life. Looks like even a flirty fake can have a heart of gold. Zero finishes off the demon prince for good, striking a heroic pose. The flying girl is amazed, and Luna's sister is totally smitten. Seems like Zero's got a thing for saving damsels, and maybe himself from trouble with Kunai. This demon lord's got a lot to explain, but for now, he's the hero of the hour. After the big battle, Kunai has a chat with Luna's big sis, the super serious holy maiden. They're trying to figure out each other, is Kunai a friend or foe? Seems like they're keeping their options open for now. Maybe a little too open for Angel White's comfort. Back in his demon lord mode, Kunai levels up. Now he can teleport and summon another cool character from his game. Time to get strategic. Kunai and Aku hit the books. They're learning all they can about these angels and how to stop them, but there's one problem: magic wasn't a thing in Kunai's old world. Gotta figure out how to defend against something totally new. Remember that mysterious girl who got revived by Zero? Well, she's back and she recognizes Kunai as Zero. Now she wants to tag along on his adventures. Seems like Zero's got a new fan, or maybe a follower? Time to head back to Luna's village. Kunai uses his teleport power and gets straight to work. First up, a hospital and a hot spring resort. Gotta keep the people healthy and happy, right? Plus, maybe they can create some jobs in the process. Now, to protect his new project, Kunai summons another NPC, a skilled fighter named Isami. With a new village this demon lord's building an empire, one hot spring at a time. Buckle up for Mausama, retry, ward and some fancy new buildings, things are looking up for Robbie Village. In a flash of light, Kunai summons a new helper, Isami. But Isami's not exactly thrilled about this new, magical land. Talk about culture shock. Things get even weirder when Isami finds out he has to work with you, the creepy doctor chick. Don't worry, Isami, we feel you. Turns out, Isami's gotta train the villagers and keep the whole resort running. That's a lot on one guy's shoulders. But hey, Kunai believes in him, even if it gives Isami a headache. He gang throws a little welcome party for Isami. Looks like he's officially part of the crew now. But while everyone's getting acquainted, Kunai's got his mind on business. A big shot noble is coming to visit their fancy new resort. Kunai's gotta make a good impression. So, he heads back to the capital to make some preparations. First stop, the antique shop. Kunai sells a random trinket for a surprising amount of cash. Gotta fund his demon lord dreams somehow. Next stop, the tailor. Time to get the villagers looking sharp for their big debut. Tuxedos for everyone. Well, almost everyone. Kunai even sets up a food delivery service for the village. Gotta keep those bellies full. Later that night, Kunai takes a moment to switch to his flirty persona, Zero. Seems like he can't help but think about the good old days of playing his game. A week flies by, and the big day arrives. The important noble lady is here to inspect the village. Will Kunai's plan work? Will the villagers impress? First surprise, Yu actually uses her powers for good. She cures a blind guy, and everyone's amazed. Looks like Kunai's gamble might just pay off. The noble lady seems impressed, and the village is booming. Maybe this demon lord thing isn't so bad after all. From creepy doctors to healing miracles, it's another wild week in the life of the demon lord wannabe. Flashback time. We get a peek into Luna's past. Turns out, she's had a rough road. Seems like she used to be a lot feistier back in the day. But through hard work and maybe a little sacrifice, she became a powerful holy maiden. Now she's all grown up and trying to do the right thing for her people. Seeing some familiar faces triggers some old memories for Luna. Seems like the past is never far behind, even for a holy maiden. Back in the present, Luna shows off her fancy new resort to a visiting noblewoman. Looks like things are going well for our demon lord in disguise. Maybe a little too well, according to Luna's blushing face. Meanwhile, Luna's sister isn't so convinced. She thinks Kunai's up to something, and who knows, maybe she's right. Back at the village, the new crew is settling in. Looks like even the creepy doctor chick is starting to warm up. Maybe a little too warm. Kunai doesn't seem too thrilled about her checkup. Seems like being a demon lord is a thankless job. Later that night, things get even more awkward. Looks like everyone's got a crush on someone, and nobody knows how to deal with it. Kunai decides to head back to the capital for a bit. He leaves a note for Luna and Aku, but tells them not to try and find him. Looks like he wants some alone time. But his solo trip gets interrupted fast. He runs into those bounty hunter buddies of ours. They're throwing him a little party to thank him for saving the day. Turns out, there's a whole system for adventurers in this world. You take quests, fight monsters, sell their parts. It's kind of like a professional sport, but way more dangerous. Kunai learns there's a war going on up north, and things are pretty rough. He decides to head up there anyway, but knows he needs a guide. Luckily, Yukake's volunteers. Meanwhile, Luna's sister is freaking out. She thinks Kunai's got Luna under some kind of spell, so she uses her magic staff to teleport to the rescue. But when she gets there, she's totally confused. The village looks completely different, and everyone's super busy working on something. The new guy, Isami, mistakes Angel for a hired worker and gives her a job. Talk about a baptism by fire. Finally, Angel finds Luna. And let's just say, they don't exactly see eye to eye. Angel wants to take Luna back, but Luna refuses. This is not going well. And then things get even weirder. Angel meets the mysterious flying girl, and Luna forces her to take a bath. Looks like Angel's in for a wild night. Secrets, lies, and a surprise encounter in the hot springs. Deep within the steamy baths, Angel and Kunai come face to face. It's an awkward encounter, to say the least. Angel's not happy, and Kunai's not exactly sweating it. Angel tries to grill Kunai about his motives. She thinks he's brainwashed Luna and Ebifry, but Kunai isn't having it. He says they made their own choices. Things get even more tense. Angel's on the verge of a meltdown, and Kunai offers her a drink to calm down. Talk about adding fuel to the fire. As they talk, Angel starts to crack. She admits she's in over her head. Running a kingdom is harder than it looks. Kunai tries to reassure her with a little gift, a beautiful new halo. Maybe it'll help her feel more confident? Now, things get really confusing. Kunai uses his teleport magic, and Angel thinks it's some kind of holy miracle. Talk about mixed signals. Finally, Kunai opens up a little. He tells Angel he thinks a powerful angel called Ophanim brought him here. It all clicks for Angel. The teleporting, the strange powers, it all adds up. Kunai must be Lucifer. Angel's heart is racing. She can't believe it. But instead of fighting Kunai, she makes a shocking promise. She wants to help him find his way back. Kunai says his goodbyes and heads north with his new guide, Yukake's. But their welcome party isn't exactly what they expected. A bunch of weirdos in strange clothes? This is not what Kunai signed up for. Who are these strange heroes? And what kind of adventure awaits Kunai in the north?